It's 2010, 2010, 2010. And that means we are that much closer to the South Africa World Cup. Whoa. And every cup has its favorites, but if the favorites always won, I don't think it would be such a global phenom. It's the underdogs that keep it exciting, give us something to talk about, and make history. So this vlog is dedicated to all of those teams I wrote off. And to all of you who don't think South Africa, Mexico, or any other low-ranking team will make it out of the group stage, I have a few of World Cup's greatest underdog surprises. And don't forget to share yours or any other future ideas for my vlogs. Cameroon has qualified 6 times for the World Cup, including now the 2010, more than any other African nation, and the indomitable Lions roared their loudest in the 1990 Italy World Cup, where they were grouped with Romania, Soviet Union, and Argentina, who they beat in their very first match, then Romania, and even though they lost 4-0 to Soviet Union, they still managed to move on to the second round, where they would face off with Colombia, and thanks to the talents of World Cup legend Roger Milla, they were able to score 2 goals in overtime for a winning score of 2-1. And by the way, Roger Milla is on record as the oldest player to play in a World Cup, and he was 38 back then. That game earned them a ticket to the quarterfinals for their first time ever, and what a match it would be. The Lions would face off with England scoring in the 25th minute, the Lions roaring back in the 61st and the 65th, and England just squeaking by in the 83rd minute. It was only in overtime that England scored an unfortunate penalty in the 105th minute. If not, Cameroon would have written one of the greatest World Cup upsets. Now this one is for all of you jilted Irish fans. Back in 2002, Senegal makes their first ever World Cup appearance, grouped with Denmark, Uruguay, and 1998 defending champs France. And guess what? In the tournament's opening match, yeah, the really special one, Senegal beats France 1-0, scoring in the 30th minute. So they still had plenty of time to score, but they did it, and it gets so much better. France was eliminated from the group stage without scoring a single goal. Payback's a bitch. You know, that whole 1998 World Cup, I think it was bought, so that really made me feel better. But back to Senegal. They move on to round 16 with Sweden, who they beat 2-1, earning these World Cup rookies a quarterfinal match with Turkey. And it was only in the 94th minute did Turkey score the match's only goal. Wow. For World Cup rookies, Senegal had an amazing run, don't you think? In the 1994 US World Cup, Bulgaria would be the tourney underdog. Bulgaria had never won a match in a World Cup, but that would all change. Grouped with Nigeria, Argentina, and Greece, Bulgaria beat Argentina, beat Greece, and moved forward with our Nigeria. In the round of 16, Bulgaria met with Mexico, beating them 3-1 in penalty shootouts. That earned them a ticket to the quarterfinals, where they would certainly meet their demise against World Cup giants Germany. Nuh-uh. In the 47th minute, Germany scores a penalty that fueled the Bulgarians' wrath to score in the 75th minute, and lightning struck twice in the 78th minute, beating Deutschland 2-1. The tricolors were riding an unbelievable high right into the semifinals, where they would face off with Italy. But Roberto Baggio was too much, scoring 2 early goals, and even with a penalty for Bulgaria in the 44th minute, they were unable to continue their dream run. But for a team that never won a match in the World Cup to place 4th, that is awesome. If you haven't seen it, I definitely recommend the movie Invictus. It has Morgan Freeman portraying Nelson Mandela and Matt Damon portraying the captain of South Africa's rugby team back in 1995. Nelson Mandela uses the 1995 Rugby World Cup that was being hosted in South Africa as an event to rally a divided country after apartheid. And much like today, the South African rugby team had little to no chance of winning that Rugby World Cup, but thanks to the positive energy of 40 plus million South Africans, they were able to beat the odds and win the World Cup and leave a lasting legacy that you should never underestimate: heart, the underdog, and much less South Africa. So you just never know. So the clock is ticking! The clock is ticking. We're almost at World Cup. Please share your favorite World Cup underdog surprises, and if you have any ideas for my future vlogs, share them. TikTok, TikTok.